Welcome to the Savage Productions YouTube channel.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Savage Productions YouTube channel. We're back here with my Jaguar XF, and I wanted to show you all a little upgrade that I have been running over the last couple of weeks, maybe a month. But it's another thing from Velocity AP. They actually hooked me up with one of their Stage 2 lower pulleys that go on these V6 Jaguars. The pulleys actually also fit the V8s because it's the exact same engine block and just different configuration inside. I've been running it for about 2 weeks now, and I'm extremely impressed. I didn't record anything of me installing it, just because you can actually find different videos of that online. It has a really nice design. It's a nice billet quality piece, and it went on pretty easily. The hardest thing was actually just getting the bolts out, but that's, you know, a factory kind of issue. Since the last video, you can actually see I did install some Canon drop-in filters on either end of these. They do have like a cold air intake set up for these things, but I'm really not a fan of the ones that like I've seen. Essentially, there's a big cone filter that goes on either end of here, and it's just open to this part of the air. And none of this is actually cold. Like, there's actually a divider that sort of sits right here on those, and then the cone's just sort of open right here. So it, you know, barely takes up this whole distance. And then I don't really know how it works with the hood. I'm assuming it just sort of like traps a pocket right in here, but none of this is really like cold. This actually has like factory ram air. It goes in right here through the grill, comes up, gets trapped in the hood, and then goes right into these little vents, which then go down into the tubes and up underneath. You know, granted, with those cold air intakes, you do actually have all this routing system and everything still hooked up. You just take out the box. But that generates a lot of heat if you have the hood closed, obviously, and you're driving and you're doing a lot of back-to-back runs. So I like to just do sort of the drop-in K&N filter. And on a car like this, I really don't know if you're going to notice that much of a difference. The one thing where you probably would notice a difference is actually this intake tube. And Velocity AP is actually, I think, in the works of making one that's carbon fiber. They have one for the XEs, and I think that they're working on one for the XFs. So we'll see if we can get one of those by the time that it comes out. But anyway, this video is about that lower pulley. So the lower pulley in the tune is actually considered stage 2 on these cars. Stage 1, which you've probably seen in my previous video, is just the tune itself. So the lower pulley, I believe, adds like 3.5 pounds of boost, and then you have to have the tune to compensate for it. And then stage 3, which we aren't at just yet, is an upper pulley, which adds another 0.5 pound of boost. So together you'll get another 4 pounds of boost being at stage 3. And then just so you know, stage 4 is everything from stage 3 plus E85. Where we're sitting at right now with the stage 2 pulley, we should be expecting to make about 450 brake horsepower, which is essentially crank horsepower. And let me tell you, this thing is a lot of fun. Just in this configuration, you really don't even have to do the upper pulley to have a lot of fun with this thing. It's shocking how fast this thing is. So yeah, I actually already recorded the after videos for doing some draggy pulls with the stage 2, and I'm going to show you those soon. I did want to address some discrepancies in the draggy data from the stage 1 video. So if you noticed and you look carefully at the actual draggy charts, like somebody in the comments did, you could see that there was a bit of a rollout period when the clock started on, you know, the unmodified version, where it was like about 0.9 seconds on average, where nothing happened, like the car didn't move, but the draggy was going. So it must have creeped a little bit, and then the GPS was like, oh, you've moved, let's start the timer. We'll take 0.9 seconds off of the totals. I'll show you here in just a sec. And then now we'll have a better comparison between stage 0, which is stock, and then stage 1 and stage 2. So I'll show you the corrected stage 1 comparison now. And now I'll show you the stage 2 videos.
Alright, so as you can see, we have a 222 with a 3 60-foot time, a 0 to 60 in 5.65 seconds, and an average 8th mile time with these 3 runs at 8:99 with a 3. And our 8th mile per hour is 81.32, so we picked up there too. And it is worth noting that I have done 120 pounds worth of weight reduction, and I do have the K&N drop-in filters on there. The DA was a little bit better, but the temperature and everything like that was essentially the same. So yeah, huge improvements. Can't wait to see what's next.
So as you can see, we pretty easily busted into the 8-second 8th mile times. I did get like 1 8-second pass when I was on just stage 1 alone, back when I was trying to do a bunch of different tests. It wasn't too consistent, but I did get one like 8:98 or something like that. But yeah, pretty consistently into the 8s now. There are some times when I'm running and I'm recording it and it's like 9:10s, 9:0s, 9:20, something like that. But you know, that's just with probably supercharger heat soak and maybe not the best launch or whatever, or just draggy data being draggy data. So yeah, pretty cool improvement. The stage 2 is very easy to install, doesn't require any special tools or anything like that. All you really have to do is take off this intake tube. You don't even have to take out the boxes or anything like that. Just remove here, 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 and then at the throttle body, take that off, and then right there you can pretty much just access the belt. Like, you sort of just pull these things out of the way. You have to use a socket to put into the tensioner, release it, take the belt off, and then you're pretty much free to take the supercharger pulley off, you know, and then you pop the new one back in, put the new belt on that it comes with, put everything else back, and you're good to go. Of course, you do need the tune, so make sure you get that done. But yeah, very easy. Like stage 3, it does require a special tool to get the upper pulley off. So that is sort of the limit where some people decide, you know, it's not worth it just for an extra 25 horsepower. But for me, the 450 right now is really nice. Probably will be going to stage 3 here pretty soon, and maybe even stage 4 with the 85 beyond that, because 550 horsepower out of this thing sounds fantastic. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Very quick one. Just want to thank Velocity AP again for hooking me up with the deal on that supercharger pulley. Again, I'm sponsored by them, so go check them out in the description if you're interested in seeing anything for your Jaguar or your Audi or your whatever other high-end exotic type thing. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.